morning, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, the Vietnamese delegation today come here to seek for your experience and sharing and knowledge from friends from Korea and China. But however, I would like to give some information on startup ecosystem in Vietnam. That is formal information. Startup activities have been seen development in Vietnam in the 2011. However, for the 7 years, have seen grow fastly. But however, about the 3,000 projects involved in startup activities. However, some of the projects copy and follow from the other countries, including some neighboring country and Europe country, come to Vietnam and follow these activities in the startup. Startup is the ecosystem in Vietnam developed by young and a lot of the people who enjoys technologies. Vietnam around the 300,000, but in the year 2000 and 2000. The last year, about only 100 investment projects receives fund for invest in the Vietnam, about nearly 300 billion US dollar, with including the startup deals from foreign country and in Vietnam, with the foreign country accounts for the 30% to 40%. The Vietnamese government has issued a lot of regulations and laws relating the startup activity and provides forum and provides knowledge and everything for the startup communities in Vietnam. For example, in the 2014. A lot of laws relating the startup activities have been issued, including the laws on enterprises and law on investment, and especially in the last year, the 2017, the law on the SME, small and medium-sized enterprise, has been issued and will be come to effect in the first of this year, which provides favorable conditions for the startup activities in Vietnam, which provide by the year 2025, you provide about the 200 startup investment in Vietnam. In the year this year, the government has provided 2 degrees, with the 38 degree and 39 degree, relating to provide conditions, favorable conditions for the startup activities, startup investment in Vietnam. In Vietnam, we set some opportunities about the startup deals, startup innovation as an ecosystem forum in Vietnam. We driven by growing internet penetrations, especially for young people and smartphone adoption, and a lot of young demographics, people with young who enjoy the technology and modern technology, especially ICT. The governments always offer huge potentials and conditions, favorable and good conditions for startup activities in Vietnam, and focus on high tech, especially in some area in commerce, economic, and food securities, and including electronics and other fields. With sector potential include the microfinancing and alternative logistics and travel activity in the Vietnam, focus on the startup innovation, startup idea of the startup community. Besides that, in Vietnam, we have faced a lot of challenges, including the first, as some people said, we are the people. the people, the very most challenges of Vietnam, including the top leader for the company and enterprise for startup innovation ecosystem, because the top manager and of the company you decide the success or unsuccess of its startup idea. Besides that, not only the top leader of the company, including the forces, labor forces of the one company, very important that Vietnamese governments and the Vietnamese enterprise have now facing big challenges. And Vietnam, we lack of financial funding. As you know, the funding is most important for any economic activity, including startup. And we lack of information. Information are very important in Vietnam at present, but some years we always try to provide information for the business community involved in startup activities, information with that, especially the experience from other countries, including Korea, China, and Europe country. That is for example, the forum today we provide a lot of information. That's our last speaker provided. And we lack of investment and training activities, including the meeting and forum and convention in startup activity. And especially we need to reduce, to modify, to improve law and regulations involved in the startup activity. However, exactly for about the 5 to 7 years, the government in Vietnam provide a lot of favorable conditions and good conditions and potential to the activity of Vietnam. For example, I've said that some laws and decrees and other activity of the governments provides for Vietnam, because as you know, in Vietnam a lot of startup only start, but not up because only to start the business, but not the business for several years, maybe go down or not go up. And in Vietnam, we also provide some information, some law and regulation to establish and development of some basics for startup activity, especially for some cities, some big cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. We have some big city maybe in the future by the year 2025 or the next several years in Vietnam. We will provide very good condition for the businesses what's up. Besides that, in Vietnam we work. The government in Vietnam work with other government on cooperation in helping the startup innovation and especially ecosystem forum and other activity about on how to help and develop the startup communities in Vietnam by the year 2020 and especially by the year 2025 and like that for 10 years of the country. We have joined bilateral and multilateral forums in startup activities, and we have some university in Vietnam to do some activity involving in startup and help the startup community to cooperate and receives international fund from the other countries. That is how to establish startup in Vietnam. In Saigon and the other country in Hanoi, we have now develop and establish and develop a Silicon Valley, but small, but will be developed and expand in the future for the startup activities in Vietnam. And some industry and agencies also provides some law regulations on helping and trade promotions to help to provide condition potentials for startup activities in Vietnam. Because for a short time, so I would like to provide some brief information on Vietnam startup activities. Thank you very much for the understanding.